What's going on, guys? Welcome back. So I'm here for update video on the big rig group build, and I'm building the International TranStar 4300 Eagle. So you might be wondering, like, holy crap, you got a lot done. Yes. Yeah, I did. Because you all know what's going on in the world right now. We're all aware. So everybody's closed and stuff. Only thing you do is go for a walk every single day, which I do. So I've been on this bench. I've been sitting here working on this thing for hours every day. I had to put at least, oh my gosh, I had to put at least almost 30 hours on this thing so far. That's how I've been working on this thing almost all day for these past few days, which is ridiculous, but hey, I had no problem with that. So yeah, I must have at least almost 30 hours on this thing, 25 to 30 hours right now. So, but let's take her apart and show you guys what we've done to it so far, and you guys will break down and what kind of problems or what kind of things you should be looking forward to if you build this kit. So we got the chassis and the engine basically all almost together. It's not quite done because, you know, some parts want to be a different color than the chassis color. So we got those off. So yeah, we got the chassis, very good. So far no fitment issues. It's actually going together very well. I'm actually very surprised how well this is actually going together. So we can just take that out. Everything's in here, right? The engine's brush, you know, it's fit in there with these 4 pins on the bottom, so the engine's well hold in there. So let's go ahead and take that thing out so we can show you the engine chassis alone. There we go. Alright, got that out. Now we got the chassis. So this is all glued together, looking very good. So alright, let's move on to let's go from the front to the back. So the chassis, the whole front end went together very well. No fit issues, it's actually just snapped right in. So you got the steering right there, very good. And this kit actually does have movable steering, as you can see here, if you do it correctly. I got glue on the this part. Oh, actually no, never mind. That's the got the brake on there, so it's not gonna turn all the way. But yeah, it actually moves. So you can see the little steering right there. See, it actually moves, which is very cool. So I'm actually kind of glad how that works. Very cool. So all that is good. No fit issues. I did glue everything. I glued this A-arm to this A-arm. Do not glue this. Get my pointer. Do not glue this to the steering because that's the part that actually moves, as you can see there. But it's actually pressure fit in there very good. It actually it's very tightly fit in there, so that's not going to come out, especially when paint goes in there. And I did put a little dab of glue on each end of the A-arm, or the steering belt crane, I should say. It's a tiny dab. Do not overdo it because this kind of needs to move in there. Just got glue in there because it does fall out easily, so just put a little dab in there and just keep moving it, you know, back and forth every now and then, so the glue doesn't actually dry in there. Then after 20 minutes or so, it should just be on top. Then it should be able to still move. So that's my little technique or tip, I should tell you right there. We got the tank braces on, very good. I want those be chassis color. We got the bottom part of the battery bay glued on. That's gonna be chassis color, and obviously the axle assembly. This part went on very well. I'm actually quite glad how the axle assembly went in. You're gonna have to do a lot of sanding. There's a lot of sanding in this kit because you got glue a lot of parts together, such as the axle halves. You gotta get the seam line out and stuff. But after you do that, it fits the suspension. Actually fits right onto the chassis very well. Just clicks right in on both sides. You hear a little click, then it's in. Let that dry, then you put the axles in, and it's just very nice fit. Dry shaft fit in there very perfectly, no fit issue. All that fit pretty good. So once you get this all set up, use your measuring. I use this a lot. Use your measuring ruler. I actually use my table mat as a ruler too, because each one of these squares is an inch. So yep, I measured it. Make sure everything's good. Make sure how high it is. Make sure you measure a lot, because you're gonna need to measure quite a bit on this kit. Measure from the ground, measure from each side to So there's some measuring to do, because you got to build a chassis, and that's kind of pain for most people, but it's actually not so bad. It's actually very straightforward. I had a little warp in my chassis because, well, it was kind of facing up here a little bit, so you kind of have to do like a little chassis dance with it. Just kind of warp it and warp it back in position. So do a little chassis dance with it, and you'll get it wrecked where she'll belong. And there she sits. So that's it for the chassis. Looking very good. The engine, on our hands, everything's not on there because I do want some parts to be different color. But this main block is blue or red. So from factory I heard, they're blue and red, doesn't really matter. So I might do red, I don't want to do like I've been doing a lot of blue engines, I did 2 Mustangs, so I get kind of a blue engine, so I'll do a red engine. We got the oil filters, filters, that goes on, that's going to be different. I'm going to do that different color. It's probably engine color, but I kind of want to do it a different color, but that fits right in there. The belt and pulleys goes in there, the fan, then we got the turbo, that slides right in here beautifully. So, but I want that to be a different color. So basically this whole assembly is going to be red. Transmission, I might do a transmission color like steel or aluminum, not sure, or probably just keep it red, because these truck companies, they just blast the whole engine one color and call it a day. So, but yeah, the engine actually went together very well. Hardly any issues with that. Just one thing's fiddly is putting this hose in. You're gonna have to do some work in there, but just put some glue, model glue in there, just let it sit, and the model glue actually holds it in there. Then you're gonna have a chance to move it, and it won't move very well. But yep, that has to be this part right here. Not sure you can see that. This part has to be angle, because that's how the turbo sits on. So make sure that's lined up and perfect, and you'll be on good hands from there. So yeah, the engine, very good. We did get the wheels, the back wheels together, because I just glued them on. And you might be wondering, well, how you can put the wheel tires on. Well, the tires actually just, they're really flexible, so there you go on, no problem. See, that one's in, then the back one just slides in also. So tires go on, no problem. The reason why I did that is because the back wheels is going to be body color, which I'll explain the body color in my next update video. Because like I said, I have a special paint scheme for this kit, or this truck I should say. So I'm going to blast this whole thing with primer. Whatever kind of chrome AMT uses, it's incredible, because I cannot get that stuff off. Nope. So I looked up on Google, said, can you prime over kit chrome on model kits for AMT? And one of the model companies or professional model websites said you can prime over the chrome, just scuff it up very good, and you can easily prime over it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to scuff it up and just prime over it. The tanks, I got these things all sanded because you're going to have a big seam line. I got tape on here because I want the actual, there's a step here, I want that to say actual chrome, so try not to sand that chrome off. But we got the seam lines out for the most part. Got some putty in there and stuff. Just, jeez, this is a lot of work. I must put like I had to put at least an hour on these one of these tanks, both tanks. So there's 2 hours right here worth of work right here with sanding and stuff. But the tanks are done. Finally, you get the chrome scuffed up in 2000 grit sandpaper, and we'll just prime over it and call it a day. Then paint this whatever color you want. I might just do like aluminum or steel color. So both tanks done. Get those things all sanded and ready to go. You can leave it like that, but I'm pretty sure hardly any people keep it this chrome because you have that seam line, and that seam line goes to the filter. Man, we got this thing all putty up and sanded, and then oh my gosh. But yeah, this thing was really fun to sand. It's got these rivets and stuff. But yeah, they're all sanded and ready for primer. Got to cover up still, and yeah, got that going. This thing too, don't know what this is, but yep, we got her going. And then the last thing, the stacks. The stacks were actually not that bad, just a seam line on top, you know. And I realized when I first glued it together, I was like, that's not right, because there's a big divot out here. I was like, oh hell no, there's no way AMT made that. I tested every single piece, you know, make sure, see the photo end, and they're all like that. So I was like, oh hell no, there's no way I'm sanding that, because that's gonna be a pain in the butt to do. But I looked at some images, and it's actually a cover. It's actually like a heat shield. So I was like, oh my gosh, yes. Because if you look up closely, I'm not sure this can come out on camera, but you can see, yes, I can come out on camera, but there's because this is the original original exhaust right here. Then wait, continue right here. This is the cover, and if you can see right here, I really don't think you guys can see this, but there's a little line right here, so that continues this original exhaust. So I think AMT was trying to make this as a cover, so that's what I'm going with. And yeah, it's a cover, so it just kind of blends in with that axle. So we'll probably do this aluminum or something, but that's pretty much about it for now, guys. The chassis and that stuff is done, not quite, but there's still more sanding obviously, because you're never done with sanding on this kit. So like I said, I must have put almost 30 hours on this kit so far, just being home and, you know, nothing to do. It was kind of chilly this weekend, but this coming week is supposed to be nice. Fifth wheel, well, that's not supposed to be chrome, so we're gonna scuff that up and prime that and stuff. And the front wheels are actually stained chrome. The picture, or the paint scheme I want to do is the front wheels are stained chrome, but the back wheels are body color. So, but nothing's been done on the body. I didn't touch that. I didn't touch it. It's just not sanded or nothing. I didn't touch that. I didn't even touch the hood. So that's 9. You see there's flash on the hood up here. So that's not been touched. I'm still debating to do the sleeper that I didn't even touch. I just cut off a tree, but I'm still debating to do a sleeper or just day cab. But it's pretty interesting. It's actually pretty cool. This part actually slides into the back. Get whip, please. Thank you. This actually part slides right into the back window very nicely. So that's really cool. So I might do the sleeper, but I'm not sure yet. I'm still debating or not. But other than that, that's it for now. I will have another update video before this thing goes in primer. Just give you guys a last look at it before it goes off the paint booth, which I'm not sure when that will be. Probably for a while, because there's a lot more work still needs to be done to this kit. But yeah, other than that, guys, be safe. Don't go out without a mask, or you know, it's just this world is going to hell. But hey, get bench time in like me. put 30 hours in this kit in 2 days. But alright, guys, until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Bye for now.